And it's nearly turf time. Trust the profits. It is the formula here, and we're going to be doing a full field rundown of the 2023 Breeders' Cup Turf. I mean, this should be exciting, right? Exciting and scary. Um, as Matt DeSantis and Ellen Bray were talking about earlier on their program, this is a tough one to narrow down. So many good horses shipping over. It's not just tough to figure out who's going to be first, but if you're going to put together a top four, who are you going to exclude from that? I mean, it's all the horses shipping over here. They've got weaknesses. They've got a couple chinks in the armor, but all of them are very capable of winning this thing. And there's even a couple domestics, I think, here. But even putting in your top four together, do you go full Euro? Do you throw in a domestic or two? Because recently it's been all European dominated, right? But without further ado, we're here for a full field rundown, not my philosophy on this. Let's get started. Let's start with the domestic up to the mark. 6 wins in 11 races for up to the mark, and won 5 of the last 6. 3 of those out of the 4 G1s he has won as well. I mean, it's pretty exceptional. Of all of the domestic horses here, all the U.S. North American horses, this is the one here up to the mark. Winner of the Coolmore Stakes over Master of the Seas and Set Piece and Annapolis in that one. Won not just a 1 mile, but won the 10 furlong Manhattan Stakes as well over Soldier Rising and Ottoman Fleet. So he's knocked out 2 Charles Appleby horses notoriously good for beating up on American horses on our own turf. The 9 furlong Bourbon Turf Classic, beating Hong Kong Harry by 3 3/4 lengths there. Third in the Maker's Mark Mile behind Chez Pierre and Modern Games. That was a hell of a race too. But yeah, this Todd Pletcher horse is really well trained, and of anyone in this side of the Atlantic Ocean, this is the one that would be equipped to win if possible. Mostad. Yeah, I don't know what type of picture to put for Mostad, right? I mean, I'm with her. 10 wins in 16 races. Holy cow. 3 wins in 4 starts in 2023. This horse is just plowing through. Winner of the Juddmonte International Stakes by a length in a 4-horse field. It was a very small field, so I trying not to get too excited about that. Winner of the G1 Prince of Wales Stakes, beating a small field that included Ayabar and Luxembourg. So small fields, but also beating some really good horses. Um, and then in 4th place at the G1 Dubai Shima Classic. Lost to Equinox in that one by about 6 lengths. Deep field there. And winner of the G2 Neome Turf by 8 lengths over a pretty deep in terms of field size. But it was a G2 as opposed to the 3 G1s raced afterwards. I put in here concerns over size of field, but previous to this, it only ran four starts this year, had 12 previous to that, and as you can see, won plenty of those races as well. So only a concern against recent data, but maybe not legitimate over the overlooking his whole career. Warlike Goddess, the second best, I guess I could say, out of all the American horses. Winner, 11 wins in 17 races. Winner of the Joe Hirsch at Belmont 2 years running. This past year, 4.5 lengths over Soldiers Rising. Second at the Glen Falls G2, going 12 furlongs in that one. So going this distance, but losing by a neck to McCulloch in that one. 6th place at the New York Stakes, losing by 2 lengths to Market Segmentation, and got 3rd in the Breeders' Cup Turf last year. How about that? More like Goddess. King of Steel, one of the shippers, one of the younger shippers too. 7 races, 3 wins. Winner of the Kripko championship by a head, by champion stakes there by a head. 4th place finish at the G1 Royal Bahrain Irish Champion Stakes by 1 length. Behind Auguste Rodan, there was a pack of horses behind there, so it's just the 4th one of that pack. 3rd place finish at the King George, 4.5 lengths behind Huckham in that race. Too bad we're not seeing Huckham here. Roger Varian, Frank Dettori, recently retired jockey. If he jockeys in this one on King of Steel, that would be something special. Auguste Rodan. So next to Mostad at 1A, 1B in terms of which one is going to get the favorite here, which one's going to get the morning line odds. It's going to be one of these two horses. I know Matt DeSantis was saying he thought it'd be Mostad. I think it might be Auguste Rodan, to be honest. 6 wins in 9 races. Winner of that G1 Royal Bahrain Irish Championship that I just talked about. Beating a few horses in that, including King of Steel. Um, Way back and not a factor. So here's the thing about Auguste Rodin. You see the 6 wins in 9 races, 66% of the time, right? And then you got the other second place. Those other 2 races you don't see. They're like 10th place finishes. One of them being in the King George there. Just a hugely disappointing race for Auguste Rodin. But I mean, he's got the wins too. First place finish by 1.5 lengths in the Dubai Duty Free Irish Derby. Aidan O'Brien, well done. Ballader. Uh, One of the 4 wins for Ballader in his 18 races was at Kentucky Downs. In other words, a different beast, right? Kentucky Downs is very difficult to compare to any other course, especially the one that we're going to be running here in Santa Anita. Winner of the G2 John Henry Turf Championship at Santa Anita, beating Master of Foxhounds. I needed that extra capitalization in the middle because that is a tough one to sound out. A total spell check horse. Um, Rest of the races, though, I mean, he's got the two. I mean, he's got really just the one stakes race. The rest of them are allowance and claiming races. Um, Not highest on my list. Instatoss. Bolshoi Ballet. 5 wins, 17 races. We didn't see this horse at all, really, in 2022. Maybe one race at the edge. Still getting over COVID, people. Um, but recently, winner of the G1 Sword Dancer Stakes, beating Soldier Rising by 4.5 lengths there. Impressive stuff. At the King George, 6th place in that race. Also raced at Ascot in the G2 Wolferton, 2nd place there. Aidan O'Brien getting this horse back into shape for 2023 and starting to look pretty strong. Brome, Aidan O'Brien, let's bring that up again. Brome's been around for a while. Racing the BC turf twice already, getting a 5th place and a 2nd place. But last 6 races, no wins. The last win was 7 races ago, only finishing in the money on G2 races and pretty much shut down in all the G1 races. So might be past time for Broome. This is going to be a pretty competitive race. So based on recent occurrences, not high on my list. Gold Phoenix. We'll go through a few things here with Gold Phoenix. 6 wins out of 16 races. 5th at the John Henry, a G2. First at the Del Mar Handicap, beating 911 Turbo by 1.25 lengths. So that's a pretty impressive win. First at the Eddie Reed G1, G2, beating Balnikov by 3/4 of a length there. 4th at the Whittingham, a G2. Yeah, didn't fare well in the BC Turf Mile, finishing 9 lengths behind Rebels Romance. And that one had some traffic issues, but still remains to be seen. I just don't think this is the race for Gold Phoenix. Get smoking. Winner of the Kentucky Downs Turf Cup by 1 3/4. And I love Get Smoking. I've had some good luck with Get Smoking, actually. All kidding aside. Um, but yeah, that Kentucky Downs Turf, don't think you can comp that to this race. 2nd at the Wise Dan, G2 by a neck. G2 Arlington Stakes, 2nd place in that one. It's a set piece. Um, Up and down, other than that, most of the year has finished fairly well with a couple seconds and a first. But again, you're taking a huge step up here to the BC turf. Anesto, honest. 3 wins in 12 races for Anesto. 3rd place at the Qatar Prix d'Arc de Triomphe, charging ahead and finishing 1.5 lengths behind Ace Impact. The recently retired Ace Impact, a horse that I know about a month ago we were hoping was going to be in this race. Only only time in 3 races he hasn't finished in the money. Um, hasn't won since 2022. Had a better 2022 than 2023. He's kind of overcoming it. Now he's gotten a little bit stronger, I guess you could say, since the Qatar Prix d'Arc de Triomphe. Um, Improving throughout the year, showing that there. It was a pretty close loss Anesto. I can see the glitz and glamour behind Anesto, but again, I've got a couple other horses rated higher than him. Sharyar. Um, Curious who that guy is? He is an Azerbaijani poet. There you have it. 4 wins in 12 races. Only 2 races in 2023, though. An 11th place finish in Sapporo. A 5th place finish in a G1 Longines Dubai Shima Classic. Won 2 G2s, including the Shima Classic again in 2022. Interesting play here. The lack of work in 2023 puzzles me a little bit, but concerns me a little bit. Okay, so here we are. It's showing the cards time, and as you may have guessed, I do like Auguste Rodan. Got him as my safe pick, but I mean, by safe pick, all you're saying is you're just accepting less odds here, right? That's what we're saying. Of all the horses with lesser odds, who do you like? And Auguste Rodin, I think that fits the bill for me. As I am expecting the morning line to be pretty low, up to the mark. I think you're going to get some value on, and I don't know if up to the mark is going to be able to win this race, but like Warlike got us last year, I like up to the mark to be like in a third place position, second place position. Enough wins over the year, enough impressive wins. Maybe up to the mark can battle these Euros. I don't know, but I'm also putting in Bolshoi Ballet and Mostadaf in this box as well. So Auguste Rodin plus up to the mark or to the mark, Bolshoi Ballet and Mostadaf. I think those other 2 horses also have a pretty good chance in there. Always good to have a couple Aiden O'Briens. So Bolshoi Ballet and Mostadaf. I mean, yeah, between Auguste Rodin and Mostadaf, one of those two is going to be the favorite, and with good reason. I mean, they're just like plowing through races. So that's what I got. Got through it. Got through it. Congratulations. All right. What do you guys have? What are the surprises here? Is there going to be a long shot that you like? That's what I'm most curious to find out is of the horses in this field are the ones that are going to be the also eligibles. Who do you like to be that long shot? Who's going to get you some money? Because there's going to be money to made in a race like this. There always is. Anyway, peace out. Thumbs up. Share us with your friends. Let them know how good we are at this. And have a good day.